For everyone who's just tuning in, welcome back to another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. My name is Saunch, your host, and we have the SuperSet Man here. The first time, what do they call it? The face reveals. YouTube famous face reveals. I want to get to know you a little bit more. What's your name? What do you do? And how did you get into making the kind of content that you do?
All right. So my name is Florin. I'm from Romania. This is a Romanian name. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if you guys are used to or you heard this name before.
I think I've heard it in like Italy, Florian, like Florence.
Yeah, Florian, probably with an A, like Florian. My name doesn't have the A in it, so.
All right.
So how did it all start with me doing what I do now? I didn't watch bodybuilding like until 2017. I knew about Arnold and Ronnie Coleman. That was pretty much it. But I always loved to work out, and but only for me, I wasn't interested, and I wasn't aware of the sport of bodybuilding.
Okay.
Up until 2017, when browsing on YouTube, I found a clip right after the Olympia that year with Rami and Phil Heath. And I was surprised that I was, regardless of the backlash about Phil's midsection and all that, people were saying that Phil was better, and I couldn't understand it then because my eye wasn't trained for bodybuilding. You know, I just saw Big Ramy being much bigger and wider and having a bigger chest. That was like my untrained eye was going to, and I didn't get it. I was like intrigued by that, and I started to watch more and more videos. And it all started with Nick Straight and Power. I found his channel and I learned about bodybuilding on his channel. And then Tominator. All these guys are the guys that inspired me to do this, and not only inspired me, they taught me what I know about bodybuilding, because like I told you, I didn't know so much stuff about it before. Mike is Straight and Fitness. Mike is Iron Rage, old channel, another channel that I used to watch a lot. Ivan Bodybuilding.
Yep.
Yeah, all these guys, Master Mutant. These were the channels, and then Mark's Max Muscle, of course. He came in, and I used to watch only bodybuilding at a point when in my free time. It became, it was like, it was something new and intriguing for me, and it was fun. And after a while, I thought I started to see things like I would do this better, you know. I was like seeing these kind of things, and I was very nervous about doing a channel and talking to an audience and all that kind of stuff, especially because I'm not a English native speaker, and I was like somehow afraid to what people would say about my accent and all that. And I never liked how I sound when I hear myself, you know.
No one does.
Yeah, probably that's
we sound different in our heads.
Yeah, when I go and watch this interview, I'll probably be like, "Oh, I hate my voice," and all that. And that's how I got into doing what I do now. I started with because I was afraid to speak. I started with only videos with comparing bodybuilders with music, and then it came naturally, all the ideas and stuff. I remember I was having like 70 subscribers, and Mark's Max Muscle gave me a shout out, and I got 30 over the night, and it was huge for me then, you know. And
I remember those days. on my first channel, Saunch Bodybuilding, my personal channel, I remember when I was at 35 and I took a screenshot and I still have it saved. And then I had a screenshot of when I was at 70. I'm like, I doubled my numbers this month, like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
entire month.
The struggle.
And it's still, I mean, mine's not growing as quickly as yours is, but it's very rewarding to see like all these new followers coming in and seeing the channel and finding entertainment and being informed from watching the content. But I like what you were saying, Florian. On a lot of that stuff, I can relate a lot. Probably on the same timeline. I think around 2017, kind of towards the taper end of Phil Heath's reign, is when I started really getting into watching it. I think 3 years I watched Phil Heath win, and then Sean Roden won. That's kind of like my timeline of when I started watching Nick Strength and Power coverage of the Olympia. You mentioned, oh man, you mentioned a bunch of really good names. Tominator, he really taught me a lot as well about like the symmetry and like what to look for with the quarter turns and like
he's got like crazy deep analysis. Like he knows all the muscle groups and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
and that's his thing. Like he doesn't really mess around with other stuff. He's like, this is what I do.
And I'm not trying to bash on the other channels, but he's like no politically correct. He's like speaking his mind. He doesn't care. Like I like that about Terminator. And he had like those over 20 minutes long videos that I enjoyed to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Very informative. Yeah.
He put out really long ones, just going, you know, pose by pose at a show, and you didn't feel rushed or bored or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything was, well, one, he's really good at editing. So like I think it's very similar to how but how Nick Strength and Power does his, where it's very scripted and he knows what he's going to say for every line, or at least he edits it in a way to make it look that way.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Everything's very
good.
concise. Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of Terminator stuff lately. I don't know if he's just taking a break or my algorithm is weird.
He's posting like once or twice per month. I guess I don't know. I think he stated that he doesn't enjoy too much doing it, like from my point of view, that he's like an introvert and he's got that I don't know how to call it, fear, quote unquote,
like I hope I'm not mistaken. Or something.
Yeah. Not anxiety. He's like more of an introvert person, and he finds it sometimes. I don't know. He rarely finds the right time when he's in the mood to make a video, something like that. But he's doing a great job. I remember he commented on one of my videos when I started, and I was like, whoa. That's huge. One of my biggest inspirations, and it was a positive one, you know. Like
that's the kind of comment you print out and put on your wall.
Yeah.
I always thought about doing that with like the when I first started getting like really nice comments and people are like, wow, love the channel, like please don't stop. I always thought about like printing that stuff out and like making like a big like I love me wall. And we'll see.
That motivates you when sometimes it gets tiring, because I also have a day-to-day job, and this is like a second job.
Sometimes
sometimes it takes a lot of time, but fortunately I love doing that, so it's way better than my actual job. I enjoy more doing YouTube and videos on SuperSet Man than
same, very much same. I mean, I love what I do, like, because I'm in the military, so it's like it's a little different where sometimes I do different things, but for the most part, like I'm always working on computers because I fix computers. It's like that's like always my thing.
I'm a programmer, so so
we're in the same pool. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to get my Security Plus finished up right now for CompTIA, which is like a certification, and then there's a certification called ITIL, which is like information technology. It's like for managing, because I'm
Oh, I
trying to
see.
like transition once I get done here. I have all these certifications and eventually degrees where I can jump into a really, really good paying job. Um, but okay, so you said you're a programmer. What gave you the idea to do SuperSet Man?
Well, I wanted to do a bodybuilding channel, and when I do something, I'm very careful with details. So I wanted to sound and be cool, you know. I thought a lot about the name and everything. It wasn't like, oh, how should I name my channel, and it came, and I spent like days in trying to find out the perfect name for me. I don't know how it looks from outside for other people, but for me it sounded perfect when I came
I
up
think we
with this
love it.
idea. Yeah,
It works. Yeah,
yeah, it probably does. Yeah,
you look at it and
and
you're like, that's fitness.
yeah, yeah, it's and also with the badge, I tried to I wanted to be something like, you know, something that sticks out,
Yeah,
and I don't
very
know.
iconic.
Yeah, that's what I try to do, and I hope it looks
Yeah,
as good as I see it. Because yeah, it was something I worked at for a few days and weeks before I started the channel. I wanted everything to be done,
hmm
and yeah, it was probably the most difficult thing was my first video when I commented, when I speak.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I feel
I
you
had
there.
some. Yeah, I had a really bad mic, and I just did it, and that's how it started.
hmm
And I remember that I've posted like lots of comparisons with music on the background, and people were always like, do some commenting, you know. I was like, I'm not sure I want to do that, because I didn't know that I wanted to do that.
uh
I At first I thought maybe it could work like this only, but
I think you did a great job. I think it
yeah,
turned
thank
out
you.
perfectly. The logo is just it's so clean, it's sharp, it's iconic. When people see it, they're not going to get confused. They might think it's Superman, but they're like, "Oh no, it's Superset Man." So it's perfect. It makes sense. Like if I were to look at that logo, the name Superset Man would fit perfectly with that. So I think you did a great job. You should be proud of what you did there.
Yeah, thanks.
Um, let's talk about so you started making bodybuilding content, you started making comparisons, and then you from what I remember, you really started blowing up when you started doing like the Photoshop corrections to like build the perfect physique. Walk us through
Yeah,
like how that idea came up and then how you kind of go through doing that.
yeah. So I remember that first time my subscribers count blew up was around the Olympia last year, when bodybuilding became trending, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So then it fell down a bit, like the ratings and everything. And I remember that I always like one entire day I was thinking about an idea. So what should I do today on my channel? I never knew what I was going to do tomorrow. Like, what are you going to do today? Oh, Dory Nees versus Ronnie Coleman. Oh, which year? What should I say? And all kinds of stuff. And I remember that my first video when I edited, because I didn't have any Photoshop skills before. I'm a programmer. It's not quite the same thing. I've never had
Like on the
uh,
server side.
yeah, no, I'm on the client side.
Okay.
I work on the client side, but I never worked with Photoshop before, you know.
Sure.
And I it was, I don't know, thinking and brainstorming what could I do next. I came up with this idea: what if today bodybuilders would hit a vacuum. I remember I did a Instagram post with editing vacuums on Phil Heath and Ronnie Coleman and all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tagging people on Instagram. And actually, Nick Straight and Power made a video about it. And yeah, it was my first Photoshop work. My Photoshop work wasn't that good. I was like, Nick kind of criticized my work then and he was kind of right. I mean, he was speaking the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that I woke up that morning and people messaged me on Instagram, dude, you're on Nick Straight and Power. Dude, you're on Nick. And I was like, whoa. And when I saw the video, I have to say that I was a bit disappointed because it wasn't like the most positive one. He mentioned
he does that.
that.
He does it sometimes.
Yeah, but I guess it was the truth. I mean, my Photoshop work wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he say that it was good if it
but it's
wasn't?
the idea, like you're creating
Yeah, that's what
an art piece. So like,
yeah,
bring positivity to the sport. Don't just bash people.
yeah, that's what I thought, that people should I don't know, appreciate that something new. Like, we
Yes.
always wanted to see Phil Heath with a vacuum, and
Ta-da.
wow, there is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's a bad Photoshop, but it was better than nothing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
the idea is there.
yeah, and after that, I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but when I knew that people want to see this stuff, I had a video where it was like your favorite bodybuilders without their biggest flaws.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, putting a better tricep on Ronnie Coleman, or a better back Jay Cutler, or Big Ramy, and all kind of stuff like that. And that video blew up. Like, I remember I was like around 2,000 subscribers, and in less than a week I got to 4,000. Like, I doubled my subscriber count then. So it went crazy. I was like 2.7k subs. Before that, I did like 1.5k subs with that video, and I immediately did the part 2 because I saw, wow, this is something that works. I need to make part 2. And then I made part 3, and then I made another vacuum edited videos on I posted on YouTube, actually, because the first one was on Instagram. And then it became something natural, more ideas and stuff like that. And yeah, and then people started commenting, dude, you should build the perfect bodybuilder. That's how it started. I didn't know how to do that at first. How should I do the perfect bodybuilder in each pose? It took me a while to start to do that video, because I always saw that people were requesting it, but I didn't know how to start, to what should be the process and everything. But once I started, those videos went crazy again. Like, people were loving it, and yeah, fun times. That gives you the energy to when you're tired and you're doing that, when you see that positive feedback, it's very
I think for me, when I see the commenters, like I know like Jay, I know Jay's watching, I know Jessica's watching, I know King's watching, so it's like I have those people that are always watching the content, and they're always commenting. They're sometimes giving praise, they're sometimes giving criticism. They're like, hey, you could fix this next time. And like, I can't emphasize like how valuable that is to have that always, like, that presence always be there from people that that are going to, one, at least give your content a chance, and then two, like, give you the pros and cons. It's something I look forward to after every video, is like hopping on and like seeing my frequent flyers commenting. And it's just like, it reminds me like that what I'm doing on this channel, on the Bodybuilding News Network, is like it's working, and it's meeting the intent of what I wanted it to do when I first started. And that's partially true. You know, like originally I wanted to be the Joe Rogan of bodybuilding. Like that's what I wanted to do.
Oh,
I wanted to have interview, not the like publicity and the money and the.
no, I know what you want. Yeah,
I want long format conversations with people because that's the best way to like for me to get to know Florian is to have a long form conversation.
exactly. Yeah,
No scripts. We're just talking and we just get to know each other. And especially in like the time and day we're in now, like we don't get a lot of face-to-face interaction. And I'm not planning on going to the Romania Pro anytime soon, so I probably won't bump into you.
yeah,
That's a show that's not on my list. So it's like this is like the format, the medium that we have to use. So
yeah,
that's what I wanted this channel to turn into. Originally, you know, I think everyone kind of starts like looking at different channels and saying like, okay, what works for them? How can I make it my own? You know, every artist is a what's the saying? Every good artist is a decently good thief. It's something like that. Like every artist
yeah,
is a
yeah,
thief.
yeah. We get inspired by someone and then come
Right.
with our own thing, and
Yeah. You know, we look at something, we're like, okay, you're doing this. How can I make it better? Or how can I make it
exactly,
my own?
and
So
make it different, and yeah,
mhm,
bring something different. I mean,
yeah.
innovate if you want. Yeah, that's how I saw it and how I tried to do it, because I started with the comparisons at first, and I had like Dominator is not that much into comparisons, but was Mark's Max Muscle, Mike is Iron Rage, and Muscle Mutant,
Mhm.
and I loved what those guys were doing, but I said that I can do it like different. I you know that I remove the backgrounds and do the common background, because
Yeah.
yeah, in some
That helps a
comparisons,
lot.
yeah, in some comparisons you see a very colorful background, and in other the other guy has a black background, and you can't you can't have the most accurate comparison. And I said, wow, I can change that to bring something new to
Mhm.
to the YouTube community. And yeah, that's actually the first thing that I knew is what it was my own, like I that was the thing that I tried to bring, that I didn't see on the other channels, like my own thing.
Oh, you did. You definitely brought it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not sure
unique.
if, yeah, maybe I'm not the first one doing it, but I didn't see it. I didn't see anyone doing it before, so I may not be
Yeah.
the first one who's doing it, but
The
yeah.
the the internet is so old, it's kind of hard to be the first on anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to be the first, but as long as you make it the best version that you can do, I mean that's
Exactly.
all we can ask for. Like I can't tell you how many times I've seen people like do interviews with Jay Cutler, but I'll be damned if Jay Cutler wants to come on this show, I'm gonna have him. So it's
That's
like,
gonna be huge. Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's not like I'm gonna, yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but if you just make some type of improvements, you know, maybe slap a bow on here, a sticker there, like make it your own. I think that's what
Yeah.
people like. And then I think
Yeah.
they also enjoy your personality, although you hide it. I still think they enjoy who you are. So
Yeah, I hope
don't be
so.
worried
Yeah.
on that. Yeah. Um, software developer, you started bodybuilding, you started doing YouTube like that. What about you with like your fitness? Like how does that tie in with your passion for like the media and journalism side of bodybuilding?
So, like I told you in the beginning, I always like to work out. I don't know. I grew up at countryside. I was like, I had like a really good physique for the I don't know how to say, the average person around me. I was like always the guy with the big biceps
Okay.
around the people. I was yeah, and I always like to be fit and have a to have, I don't know, to be how much muscular I can be.
Hmm.
I was always into sports. I never did anything like on a professional way, but I love to doing sports like football, like, or the US, you guys call it soccer.
Yes.
Yeah, the in Europe you call it football. I'm a big football fan. Uh, Also, I used to practice karate. in martial arts were before bodybuilding. I was really into martial arts. Like I was trying to discover all those kind of things and about the most, I don't know, the most the best martial art, even though it doesn't have to be like that, but we
Sure.
probably everyone was there at some point, which one is the most effective and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got into karate, and then I wanted to do jiu-jitsu, but I never did it, but I probably do it in the future. I don't know. It's something that's on my list.
It sounds like a lot of people do jiu-jitsu eventually.
Yeah, it
So,
became popular once UFC took off, and
mhm.
yeah, it's
I think it'd be fun. Yeah. Cause like I've always, like when you were a kid or when you're younger, like you always just wrestled around with people, like even if you didn't wrestle
exactly,
competitively.
yeah,
So it's like I feel like it's just an adaptation of that into your adulthood.
probably,
I
yeah,
and then also like I don't know like how it's like the military moves me around a lot, so it's kind of hard to make lifelong friends and like have that community piece. So if I did something
nice.
like jujitsu, I could I could build like that community, that camaraderie within that group. So, I mean, that'd also be another big thing, especially for an introvert like yourself. Might help
Yeah,
you come out of your shell in some capacities.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I
yeah.
think
It's
boxing would be fun if with minus the brain damage. Like if there's just a way I could just strike without getting brain damage.
yeah. I'm practicing a martial art or a I don't know, boxing. I don't know if it's considered a martial art. I don't know if it really matters right now, but it's always healthy. Like having first of all, it's healthy doing
Yeah.
like something all kind of stuff. And then if you want to take it on a, I don't know, more professional way to have fights or stuff like that. I was in two competitions with karate, something locally.
Mhm.
Like we had like big gloves and
Yeah,
stuff
the
and
sparring. Yeah,
helmets,
yeah.
and yeah,
I did when I was a
and
kid.
yeah, and it was nothing like, it was more for fun, and there locally for
Mhm.
uh, between different teachers and stuff like that. They want to measure up their students, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and but nothing more than that.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's something like, even though you don't take it like on a professional way, or professional,
You can still enjoy it.
you can still enjoy it. And first of all, it's a healthy lifestyle. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good for your heart. I'm sure it's good for your joints. I mean, compared to what I do in the gym, like I'm sure it's a lot better for my body. So who knows? I'm sure my back
yeah,
and whatnot would enjoy it a little bit more than like I think I had almost 3 plates on the squat yesterday, and I just blew out my hamstring like 4 months ago. So like that felt really good to get back under the load. Oh, it felt so good. It pushed my traps down and like just released all that stress. I woke up this morning just like I could breathe. so
finally.
so I thought that was kind of a funny aftermath of finally, squatting a little bit of weight.
Yeah, the thing with working out is that you isolate the muscles and you don't have like a flow with your whole body, like
Right.
you're working biceps or back or that, you're isolating the muscles.
Mhm.
And on the other hand, if you're doing like a sport, like anything you want,
Mhm.
football, like soccer, American football, hockey, basketball, you're using your whole body. It's different, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's better for, it's healthier. That's how I see it. At least I'm not trying to pretend I'm giving advices to anyone. It's just what I think and what I try to do.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think anyone that does bodybuilding, like, I mean, even at my level or all the way up to some of the other people that come on the show, I don't think anyone has um, a thought that what they're doing is particularly healthy or optimal for like a functional body. Like we do it for our own reasons,
yeah,
but
exactly.
I definitely can relate with what you're saying because when I'll do like softball, like baseball, if ever I go out and play baseball, or I throw the foot or the American football around, like I get so much like joy from doing that. So I can't even imagine somebody who does that, like even in like a semi competitive league where they meet up like once a week. I can't imagine how much fun that would be.
Yeah.
So, and I know soccer or a football, your football, European football is very fun as well. I'm not that conditioned. It reminds me of like running back and forth on basketball. Like we at my last unit that I used to work at, we would do basketball like every Monday morning, and it was just like sprints for me because I'm so bad at basketball. It was just running back and forth for an hour, just sprint, 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 sprint.
Yeah.
Those are good times. Hmm. Um, what about your Instagram? I've noticed that the last thing you posted was me and Mark's Max Muscles um comparison. Like, are you kind of taking a break from posting on Instagram, or
Yeah. It I find it hard to find the time to do everything lately. I have a
yeah.
lot of stuff to do on my day-to-day job,
Mm-hmm.
and next thing as my priority is YouTube, and then Instagram. Just I'm too exhausted to do it, and probably I lost a momentum there because I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been posting that much. I need to figure something out with that. Yeah, I know it
Okay.
right now.
I'll
It's
give you advice that was
yeah.
given to me, because like I mean I'm not to your level of famedom or whatnot, but for my channel, as soon as I get done making like once I finish editing this and I render it into YouTube and I drop it and it starts rendering, then I start making the thumbnail for the video. Once I'm done with the thumbnail, I literally just drop the thumbnail into the YouTube tab and then into the Instagram tab. I copy paste the description and then I add a little bit extra for Instagram, and that's it. And then people know that the video is coming out in 30 minutes or so. They know what it's going to look like. They know the topic.
Yeah,
It tags the athletes so they can see it. The hashtags go into the Instagram algorithm.
I see.
So
Yeah, that's a
I
good idea. Yeah.
my buddy Ty Jordan, he told me that. He's like, you want to make sure you're growing your YouTube and your Instagram, because you want it to grow together.
Yeah.
So I mean yours is doing good. 2,600 followers. I mean, when I look at your channel, like it, you know what it's about, which is cool. Man.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the Instagram. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe I should do it like the Instagram account, like my personal, like Mark's Max Master has it, for example. On YouTube he's Mark's Max Master, but on Instagram he's posting more things about himself, like personal
Yeah.
photos and trainings. I don't know if I should do that or just, like you said, keep it as an, I don't know, advertisement for YouTube, and at the same time post photo comparisons for Instagram fans, because not everyone watches videos. Maybe they want to
Yeah.
just get a photo and give their thoughts. I'm not quite sure what I should do next about it.
I
I just
guess.
have to, yeah, I have to figure it out, I guess.
And I guess with like Nick, he does everything in his stories. Like all of his personal stuff he posts in his stories. He doesn't post it on the in the
Yeah,
posts on the
yeah,
grid. So there's you could do it that way, but I always like to think that you want to be as authentic as possible. So if you want your fans to really love you and your content, like you have to put yourself out there. So either in the story capacity or post stuff on the wall. Like I mean I'm getting in shape now, so where like I feel a little bit better about myself, but like I've always been posting like physique updates because for some reason people actually want to know about my bodybuilding journey, which is cool.
yeah,
And then they also want to know about like the people that matter, the pros and the future pros. So
yeah,
I think there's like a delicate balance that you'll have to find, but I wouldn't be don't be shy. Do something. Either post on the story, post this thumbnails to the videos, something just
yeah,
to let people know that you're still making content.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
who knows? Like It might just like one day the YouTube algorithm just stops recommending your stuff to one person, but then on Instagram they see that you posted something and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta check out that video.
Yeah. That's something I have to. Like I said, I guess I lost the momentum when it's something
Yeah,
like
life happens.
yeah. Sometimes it gets tiring, and probably Instagram like fell on the side a bit, like not on my priority list. But like you said, yeah, you have to keep on balance, and you never know that it might help you a lot for the future in the future. Yeah, I'll see what.
It could open up some doors, especially when you look at
Exactly.
like sponsorships and maybe not so much like interviews, but like for me, like it's super beneficial to post on Instagram, because then I start getting tagged with like other up and coming NPC competitors, or I don't follow men's physique as closely as I do like 212 or men's open. So
Same
sometimes,
here.
yeah. So sometimes those guys will tag me in their physique updates, like when they're prepping for shows. And I would have never known that they were prepping for a show. So then I'll be like, oh, cool. I'll reshare, message them, ask them if they want to come on the show. And then next thing you know, like there's another interview.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
so there's that. Think
Yeah.
about that. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time coming on here. I know the times were a little hectic, but we made it work.
Thank you, man. It's an honor,
Yeah.
like I said, like I told you when we first started this. I hope you become the Joe Rogan of bodybuilding. That's a good idea. You should stick with that. Like, at a certain point I was like advertising my stuff like the Netflix of bodybuilding, because I had like those series with, I don't know if you watch them, the Kingslayer or the Tag Team Wars. I had like these series like episode 1, 2, 3, season
Okay.
finale, and I was advertising that stuff like the Netflix of bodybuilding. So I guess you can do that with Joe Rogan of bodybuilding. That
Yeah.
for me it sounds great. I mean, yeah, and it would be cool to. There's that guy that interviews all those bodybuilding related, I don't know, athletes and
Yeah.
YouTubers like myself, and you could go to that channel and see what you and discover
Yeah.
stuff about. I think you
Because I
should stick
know
with it.
like with MD and Giles and then Global Muscle, like they do a lot of interviews, but they also do a lot of like personal opinion pieces.
Yeah,
I want to completely move away from the personal opinion, or I do those shows. It's called Bodybuilding Today is the series. It's pretty popular on my channel, and it's pretty much like a combination of like different YouTubers' ideas of like what's happening today in bodybuilding, and then I just take
hmm
like highlights from Instagram. But I just feel like our very small community is so oversaturated with that type of content of just like reposting physique updates into a video and then talking about it. I don't enjoy doing it unless it's somebody I genuinely am excited to talk about. Especially like up and comers, like new people that I've seen that have crazy physiques that don't have a big following. That's the kind of people I like to talk to, and then I'll bring them on the show. Like that's so I can get to know
that's
them.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's kind of where I want this channel to go. I feel like it's going in that direction. It's just finding the time to do these interviews, man. Like I'm posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually over an hour interviews. It takes me 2 hours to edit it minimum. And then it takes another hour to render into YouTube. So it's like, I don't
yeah,
think people understand. And then I work 8 to 9 hours a day. I weight train for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. So it's like, I look
yeah.
forward. I look forward to the day where I can pay somebody to be my editor. I'm putting all my YouTube money into hiring an editor. That's my first thing.
Yeah.
Minus
Good luck with
giveaways.
that, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that this idea we like a bodybuilding podcast. I'm sure you're definitely not the first one who's doing this, but having like guys like Mark Max Master, maybe Terminator, I would enjoy to see
Man,
Terminator
how
come
fun
here.
would Terminator be?
He would see that and comment down below. Maybe he will see this. I would love to see
Yeah,
him
yeah,
here on your channel doing like an interview like this. And sometimes bodybuilding channels don't interact that much. I mean, Mark's Max Muscle is doing a great job. Like, he's sharing all these videos from smaller channels like mine or
Yeah.
yours, or he's bigger. He's like 20k subs, and he's doing. I like to I see his channel like the database of bodybuilding comparisons. I mean,
Yes.
if you think about a possible comparison, where can you find on Mark's Max Muscle? Because he's doing all those kind of comparisons.
Yeah.
Friday fan request, and you pick Tuesdays, and Lady Wednesdays, and every comparison you can think of, you would eventually find this on Mark's Max Muscle's channel. And
Mhm.
if he didn't do it yet, he'll probably do it in the future.
If you drop it in the comment sections,
Yeah,
he'll do it. He'll put it on his calendar.
Yeah, he's got like the database of bodybuilding comparisons. You could find there anything, and he's very entertaining. I love his impressions.
Yes.
I don't know if he enjoys
Beals.
them that much. Yeah, or the Arnold impression is the best, or Ronnie Coleman. He does Jay Cutler as well. Lee Priest. He's got the talent. If I had this his talent, I probably insist more with that. Like, I would on the entertaining side, but it's his channel. He's doing a great job. He's already he's the guy that helped my channel the most.
Yeah,
and
same. Yeah,
I would
it's actually
always
one of my like most viewed series right now. I actually have him coming on next later today for episode 4 of the Two Bros One podcast.
Oh, then I missed one. I saw two episodes.
2. I the third one's coming out tomorrow.
Okay, so
And then the fourth one, I think I'm going to post Wednesday, just because like I wanted to just post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but there's too much interviews. I think last Saturday I did 4 interviews that day. Wow. So it's like I still have, like, I just posted Alex Mitch's interview. I still have like 2 interviews in the queue. So I got to figure out a way to, nice. I got to find a way, like maybe I just post, 1 episode a day, Monday through Friday. Because I do all my recording during the weekend, because that's the only time I have time. And with time zones. Yeah.
I can relate with that. You'll get Jay eventually, and I hope your channel is gonna blow.
How cool would that be? Well, I'm actually we'll finish up with this, because I know we all have lives to do. Okay. Yeah. I'm flying to the Olympia, and I found a flight that was like stupid cheap, but there was an 8-hour layover in Las Vegas. So Jay trains out of the Dragon Lair out of Vegas. Obviously, he's going to be at the Olympia. He's not going to be sitting in Vegas the day before the Olympia.
Of course.
Same with like Flex and everyone. They're all going to be at the Olympia. But if there's like one person still hanging out there, I'm going to see if I can get an Uber to go to the Dragon Lair and train there. Do a little vlog. Just find some random jacked people and do some like on the spot interviews. And look forward to that at the Olympia, in-person interviews with Charles Curtis, Kareth Baggio. I mean, anyone I can grab, I'm going to be doing something. So I want to try to get Derek Lunsford on the channel. There's a lot of people that like I really want to get to talk to. So look forward to that. Stuff. But yeah, the Joe Rogan of bodybuilding.
Yeah, you should stick with that. And you can also have the number of the episode hashtag on the thumbnail. I think that it's like, oh, this guy got 400
episodes. Yeah.
He's on the thousands range now.
Yeah, he's working towards 2,000. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know, if I go to your channel, I want to see your first interview with Mark's Max Muscle. I'm gonna see like the episode number there, and then this is the second one. I guess it's pretty important.
Well, yeah, I didn't with the first interview of Mark's Max Muscle, it was just an episode of Bodybuilding Today where I was just doing interviews, and then I started making it into our own show where we have the Two Bros One Pod. So
yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's evolving. I'll probably, when I get some downtime or when I hire an editor, I'll have him go through and change some stuff up.
Yeah, good luck with that, man. I'm looking forward to seeing Jay Cutler on this channel as soon as possible.
Yeah, next week.
I'm sure he'll do it. He seems like such a nice guy. I would like to meet him one day, but from what I saw, he seems like a very cool guy.
He seems really good.
Sure
I'll have to get like the really awesome questions though. I'll have to have him ready.
Yeah, to be like something that
he hasn't answered 50 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't want to be like just boring him, you know.
Yeah. To ask him about the quad stomp and everything.
Yeah, already know. Everyone's already talked about it. Yeah.
Man,
it would be fun just to hear it, you know, firsthand.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure you'll get there, bro.
Appreciate it. Hey man, again, I appreciate you making time.
Thank you, man.
I can tell like how much you opened up just in this interview. So take that into your day and just really attack it. Again, appreciate you coming on. Everyone watching, we appreciate you guys stopping in, checking it out. Florin and myself getting to know both of us just a little bit more on that personal level, beyond the stage, right? Maybe he doesn't compete, but you know what the intent is. Thank you for watching another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. My name is Saunch and Florin. You have anything to plug, man? You got any sponsors or any videos coming up?
I just posted a video today with a comparison. You can go to SuperSet Man if you want to see Ronnie Coleman versus Nick Walker with a small waist.
I think everyone wants to watch that.
Yeah, I know everyone already knows the conclusion of that comparison, but it's always fun. Mm-hmm. Nick Walker is like the most hyped bodybuilder in 2021. So
yes, he has the hype behind him.
Yeah.
We'll see. Between him and Ian, I think those two guys are like the most hyped guys right now.
Yeah. I'm curious to see the Arnold. We'll see what's gonna happen, bro. It was a pleasure talking to you. Maybe we can do this again sometime. I hope your channel blows up. You get Jay Cutler or Kai Green or
oh my god, Kai Green would be very interesting. I've had choice words about Kai Green, so it's like it would be interesting to like just get to actually talk to like the person Kai Green, you know, like to take away the acting and the facades and just like, hey man, why did you do this stuff? Like you made it so controversial, like why? Anywho, man, anyways guys, appreciate you watching. We'll see you guys hopefully sooner than later again.